How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Montpellier career mode. This is episode number 14 and it is still the summer transfer window. We have just gotten through the first two games of the season and we're looking to end off August and also the transfer window in today's episode. We start off with a game against Stade Rennais first, but before that I just wanted to go through the squad and just show you I am trying my best to maybe get rid of some players. At my absolute best. I've got loads of players on the loan list. It's just really difficult getting offers for them. I know throughout the next few months we'll probably get a load of loan offers, so I'm not too worried about the young players, but some of the players on the transfer list I've tried my best to sell and they're just nobody's interested in them. In the same fixture last year we actually lost this. Here is our lineup for today. A couple of changes in the last game. Omlin obviously starting in goal as per usual. Ballo-Touré, Alderete, Stambouli, Denayer and Souquet, with Monossi and Savanier. Sharon gets his first start of the season with Delors, and Laborde returns to the starting lineup. Bench has got a couple of players there as well that maybe making their first appearance of the season. Here's Stade Rennais, 4-3-3, Mendy in goal, Bravo, Benkovic, Ndika and Bowie in the back four, Koku, Nzonzi and Jobajlai making his debut, Terrier, Vallejo and Rafinha starting in that front three. This is going to be a really challenging game. Nice little bit of play there. Vallejo can get it into Jobajlai. Can't pronounce his name. He's going to be an absolute mouthful to pronounce. He takes a good shot though. Oh, I've not been paying attention there. That's going to be a goal, I think, if Denayer can make... Oh, wow. Okay, that's a great challenge. And he's actually injured him as well, which is really unfortunate for Stade Rennais. That's a really nice play. I can't get the ball off this defender here. That's a great shot. And I was concentrating so hard on just not conceding there. And Jobajlai, or however you pronounce his name, puts it wide, and really that is probably the best chance. 0-0, really disappointing result, and yeah, really weird game. Here's the game where we were really on top, and then other parts where we just looked dreadful. So I'm not sure if that's down to match sharpness, players having to come off early because they're not fit enough yet. That was a really horrendous game of FIFA, really. There was just no consistency. I think I'm going to go for Clement Michelin. I think actually this is an interesting signing. I don't really know of this guy, but he could be a good player. He could be a good player. So what I'll do is I'll go through, offer some players, see if they want to do a swap, and I'll get back to you if they come back with somebody. I'm tempted to accept this. I know losing a player that was really good for us last season is a mistake, but I've signed Ballo-Touré, I've got Koza, and I think there's possibly another left wing back I might go and sign. So moving a younger one would make sense. I think I'm going to accept this. 1.4 million is nothing compared to the budget we have. So we're going to offer him £10,000 a week. I know it's a massive increase on his wages, but 73 rated. I think that's realistic. Rotation is what he wanted. 4 years on his contract. And let's hope that he does accept this. Okay, 14 grand. I was thinking of probably offering close to 15. So that's okay for me. We'll remove the bonus. And I'm sure he'll accept that 15 grand it is. No problems there. As long as it's not massively increasing on current squad wages, which it isn't. So here he is, Clement Michelin, 73 overall, 24 years old. Now the thing I really do like about him, he's got the long throw-in trait and the early crosser trait, which I really like. Yes, okay, he's not fast. Straight away, we go on to development plan. We go and work on him being an attacking wing back, or possibly an inverted wing back, work on that weak foot. If anything, I think his passing stats are actually okay, so I would prefer to work on his weak foot. 5-star skills. I think we're going to have to accept at some point that a lot of the players in this team are going to have 5-star skills. It's just going to happen over time. It's not out of choice, it's just the training drills. I wish they'd maybe limit the skill move increases, or they'd allow you to choose, no, I don't want to improve his weak foot or his skill moves anymore. Something like that, but it's something we're going to have to just accept. He's gone up to 4 million, or was he actually already at a 4 million valuation? I don't know. He's going to wear the number 29 shirt. I don't want to go into development plan. I was just going to go and check if there's any other numbers that we could give him. more in with the rest of the squad. We could give him the number 8. I don't think we will. Number 12 is a possibility. You know what? 29 is probably okay with me. So it's going to be interesting. Junior Sambia, if he wants to get into this team, he is going to find himself needing to maybe go out on loan or capitalising on the chances he gets in the very few starts he might get. And Michelin, if he doesn't perform well, he might find his place in the team under pressure by Sambia or Suke as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. I think I might make one more signing just between now and the next game, and I think it's going to be a centre-back. This isn't really even that big a signing, but I'm going to sign Hoyo Kowalski, Daniel Hoyo Kowalski, 62 rated, 18 years old. I just think this is a bit of a no-brainer. Even if he doesn't grow very well, he'll come in as a prospect. Even if he doesn't grow very well and he only starts 5 games this season or something, I think having him at the club is a big one, and I think he could be quite a good player to grow over the next few years. He's only 18. He wants £1,000 a week. That's a no-brainer for me. He comes in as, I believe, our 7th signing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 signings now this season, and there he is, worth 1.1 million. And let's actually just go and check. I don't know what number he's going to get. Yeah, number 30 is absolutely fine. Showing great potential, which is fantastic news. And yeah, he looks good. I think we'll keep him on balance for now. Just leave him working on everything in general. And I mean, unless there's other things that we can grow him quickly with, I think overall I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's our final signing before the next game. Right, just before we head into the game, I just got notifications about fixture changes and congestion and things like that. So I think that means we have had the Europa League drawn. Now, I am very excited. I might look at the Champions League groups first just to build up the suspense. That is a group of death for Lyon to be in. Unlucky for them. Interesting there. I'm just looking at the teams that France have got. PSG in a group that they should get through, and just seeing if there's any of the French teams. Lille, that's going to be a challenging group again for Lille. Another interesting group there. That's going to be interesting, who gets through that one. Okay, well, let's find out who we've got. I'm excited. UEFA Europa League. We are in Group I. We have got Sparta Prague, Rangers, and Rapid Vienna. Okay, that'll be interesting. What are the other groups? What other groups have we got here? So, Valencia, Hoffenheim, they'll probably get through in that group. Milan, Ghent, Athens, and Young Boys. That'll be an interesting one. Man United, Fenerbahce, Utrecht, and Molde. Probably Man United and Fenerbahce getting through there, although Utrecht could get through, you never know. Monaco have got Werder Bremen, Standard Liège, and AIK in Sweden. Stade Rennais have got Real Sociedad and Charleroi. Now, actually, I just realised Monaco finished in 6th place last year, so it's only a 6th place or 5th place you need to get into Europe in France. I didn't realise that. I was going in for that 4th spot the entire time. Interesting. Mönchengladbach, Rayo Ave, Copenhagen, and LASK Linz, I think that is. That's going to be a tough group there. Lech Poznan, Victoria Pleasant, Sporting, and Sevilla. Those two will probably get through, very likely. Atalanta and Shakhtar Donetsk, Besiktas and Luzern. There's our group. And then you've got Ajax, Celtic, Midtjylland, and Malmo, with Spurs in the Europa League. That's going to be interesting. AZ Alkmaar, Anderlecht, and PAOK, with the final group, Everton, my team, Torino, Feyenoord, and Legia Warsaw. If Everton don't get through that group, honestly, Carlo Ancelotti out. That is horrendous if he can't get out of that. Tough group, but the players he's got at his disposal are 10 times better than Legia Warsaw and Feyenoord's, I'd say. Torino might be the only test in that group for them. I don't know why I'm going through their group. That is going to be a really good group, if I'm being honest. Rangers could be difficult, but Sparta Prague don't play any football other than Champions League football, and Rapid Vienna, they play Austrian League football and aren't the best team in Austria. So they could prove difficult, don't get me wrong, but I'm happy with that. That is a winnable group, and definitely happy to pull those 3 teams there. I can actually show you the schedule So after this transfer window, after this game, we'll end the transfer window off, and yeah, it definitely adds a couple more games to our calendar. Long gone is the 1 month an episode. We will be simming a few more games, possibly. I might just play a load more games and we'll have more episodes, but some games, you know, if we get through in the Europa League and we've already found out and we've got 2 games left, we'll probably sim the last 2 games. But there's the next month. That is looking tough. We've got some tough fixtures coming up. And up until January, we are going to have our work cut out. But I think September is going to be a very busy month for us. 4-2-3-1, Larson in goal. Back 4 of Ndembe, Berhardt, Niakate and Mello, with Firi and Krepuja. Ntep, Rodlin and Jojic, with Gomis leading the line. No players there that I really recognise. Maybe, I think that's Paul Georges and Ntep actually starting on the left-hand side. But apart from that, there's not many well-known players, to my knowledge anyway. I'm not 100% sure how good Guingamp are in real life. They are obviously a Ligue 2 side in real life, so clearly not at the same level as Montpellier. Here's our lineup. Horvath gets his first start. Koza, Alderete, Stambouli, Denaya and Michelin starting for the first time this season. Chotin and Savanier in midfield, with Delors and Parrott up front. Mole just behind them. Chotin getting this first start of the season again. I'm giving Troy Parrott another go. Laborde hasn't impressed me in previous games. Let's get our first win of the season now, boys. Come on, Michelin. Can maybe try and look good on his first start here. He's allowed the ball to be crossed in, and that's a great shot there. Horvath called in for his first bit of contribution for the club. Good save by him. Well hit by Rodlin then, and a good save met by our American shot stopper. Oh, that's unfortunate. They have put the ball on the back of the net, but he was offside, I think. Really bit of unfortunate play from us. We managed to make the tackle and it just deflected straight to him. Luckily, the player was offside. Well won by Stambouli. Nice. And Parrott. Good play. He's been played in as well. He's held his run well. Troy Parrott in. And Larson makes the save. That's our first chance of the game, though. So it's just a warm-up for the goalkeeper there. Not sure if there's much better he could have done, to be fair, for Parrott. And a good chance for us, although that troubled the goalkeeper. He probably should have actually at least caught that, I'd say. And nicely won. Alderete, and a good save by the goalkeeper. And Alderete and Denaya have switched sides here, which is not ideal. It's not what I want from my centre-backs. I prefer my left foot. That's a good ball in. That's going to be a goal. Honestly, away from home, we really seem to be struggling. We don't seem to look ourselves, and in general we look really, really poor. Maybe they've figured out our 5-back formation. We look like we're playing with nobody at the back. There's just nobody there to deal with it. Alderete and Denaya, for whatever reason, had switched places and it was just all unorganised. No chance for Horvath to save that. All the AI do at the moment is just, I can't even, there's no runners. There's just nothing. Troy Parrott there, nice. Come on, game. That right there is not what I asked, was it? So a lovely ball played into Troy Parrott, right? That's fine. Good pass. But then it's the fucking weakest pass in the world. In what world is that the pass I asked the game to make? Mole, you've got to win this off Mello. He does well, actually. Makes a good block and can go on the break. There's nobody now in right back because their right back was the man that Mole tackled. I'm hoping he can maybe cut inside, chip it in. Troy Parrott's there. First goal, surely he's hit the post. And we've managed to score, but that is so unlucky that Troy Parrott's not scored. I can play that out wide. Nicola Koza waiting for somebody to make a run into the box, and Troy Parrott is there this time, and he does not hit the crossbar. 2 quick succession goals, and finally he gets his first goal for the club. Big goal there for us. Well, we were the kings of conceding last-minute winners or last-minute equalisers last season. Can we hold off from conceding any more goals? Oh, that's lovely play. Chotin wins it back and plays in Andy Delors, and that is a dreadful mistake by the newly promoted side, and you just cannot afford to do that. We were looking poor in that first half, hanging on I would say, to just a 1-0 deficit, and we're now 3-1 up. That was a dreadful error by that defender there. Poor from them, and Guingamp find themselves with a mountain to climb now. Guingamp have looked a little bit weak since we scored the 2 goals, really. And things could get worse for them as Delors, chance here, plays in for Troy Parrott, and he had the chance there, just couldn't get to it before the keeper. Wins both headers there, which is really nice from him. Sharon can be played in, and this could go from bad to worse for Guingamp if he has the strength to play Delors in, which he can, but it's just a little bit too much on the pass. Oh, that was unlucky. Sharon did really well to hold off the man. End of the game. 3-1 is the final result. Honestly, from the start of that game, that is not the result I was expecting. Okay, so I don't normally show these because I'm going to reject this anyway, but this is an absolutely insulting bid. Omar Alderete, our best defender in terms of rating now. Actually, I think he's equal with Denier. Was a fantastic signing in the first season. I think he might have been our club record signing, possibly. They're offering Matej Nastasic, who, fair play, 79 overall, very, very good player. Actually a similar player as well, but is a bit older. And £40,000. Absolutely embarrassing from Hoffenheim to even think that's a fair deal to offer. Huge. An actual player maybe going out on loan here. Joly, Auguste Joly, a loan to buy option, so we're just going to delegate just a loan. Fine with that, and hopefully he accepts, because the last player didn't accept a loan, so I'm hopefully they accept. We want this to go through quite quickly on deadline day, and there's 3 notifications in the office there, so hopefully that's one of them saying they've accepted. They have, and a couple of offers here for a couple of players. Okay, we'll have a look at them in a minute. We will accept that, obviously, and okay, well, one is a swap deal for Roberto Pereira of Watford. Now, I've no interest in accepting that. 7.9 million plus Pereira. It's not even close really to a valuation bid, because yes, Pereira is a good player, but actually I don't think he's that good. I don't rate him that much. I didn't rate him that much in real life. And in the game he just doesn't look so good. We don't play with wingers. He'd have to be converted to a centre mid, and he's not as good as Manosi, so that's going to be a no from me. And another one is a swap deal for Teji Savanier for Isaac Hayden. Now, this one is a more enticing offer. Obviously, we're not going to accept it. He's one of our best players. But Isaac Hayden, a few years younger, a little bit slower than Savanier, more defensive as well. Not as attacking, but a very solid player. I think we're going to reject that, though. I just need to go in. Yeah, we are going to reject that. You can see we actually rejected a bit of 20.5 million for him from Borussia Mönchengladbach anyway. So it would have to be a big offer for me to even think about accepting that. So some good news. Joly is going out on loan to Turkey. BB Ezermaspor. That's definitely a team name. And we've got an offer for Robin Muller. Hopefully going out on loan to Pacos de Ferreira. Now, it's a loan to buy. He doesn't really have an awful lot of potential. I don't know what they want to offer us. I'll just delegate. Loan, I'm not interested in really selling him. If I want to sell him, I'll sell him at some point. So, good news is that Robin Muller will be going out on loan. Shotar is not going. Okay, I'm going to go for Antiste. You know what? I'll go for him, and I'll offer a swap deal for Badu, because I do not want Badu at the club. I just do not want it. He just doesn't look... He has no stats that are desirable to me, and he's 2 years older than this guy. I'm hoping maybe they'll just accept a swap deal. They don't even want him. They weren't interested in any of my players. 2.1 million is what they want. I'm just going to accept that. We've got a lot of money at this club now. I'm fine going through with that. I think Antiste could be a really, really smart signing for us. Young French player. Could have decent potential, I think. £5,000 fee. And see if they accept, because... Yeah, I think that's a reasonable offer. I don't want to offer players too low a salary now, because... It'll just be 6 months and then they'll come back to me asking for more money. Okay, had another thing just before the transfer window ends. I'm going to sign this lad, the young Argentinian player. He's 17 years old. I think I'd be stupid not to take a punt on him. You know, if he isn't good, we just sell him a couple of years down the line for profit. He's a free agent signing, 17 years old. He fits the sort of portfolio of players that we've signed in the past from South America, he could be good. And he's 17. It's a very, very low risk signing, I think. £700 a week. Just, yeah, bring him in. That's a no-brainer, I think. Any other players on this list? I really would like to sign Cohen Dreddy, but I just don't think he's offering me anything else. I don't know how much game time he'll get this season, but overall, yes, he's not the quickest, and yes, physically and mentally doesn't look great, but attacking wise, he's got some good stats. He's a little bit more like Troy Parrott in that sense, and he's gone up in value, so he's showing great potential as well. Looks like a good player. And the other one is Lionel Caruso, got the same name as another man called Lionel, and he became pretty good. 17 years old, looks much better physically, pacier player, 5'7", would probably offer us something a little bit different in games, and we are training to be a striker, so he will be a striker in a couple of weeks' time as well. I think that's going to be it for the squad. There'll be a lot of players, I think, leaving in the January transfer window, because we'll probably get quite a few loan offers throughout the window. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. I'll just sim forward to hopefully see that we did get... no, we didn't get the loan bid through in time. That's a real shame. Looks like we'll be keeping Robin Muller at the club. That's a bit frustrating. I would have hoped they might have been able to agree on that, but I guess he'll stay here at least for a few months. And an offer from AC Milan for Minosi. Now that is interesting. Obviously, in Italy, a well-known Argentine, was very famous there. I think he was for the other Milan team, but yeah, Lucas Minosi, I think we're going to reject that. But a very interesting offer there for him. Okay, taking through just the end of transfer deadline day, Monaco spent not an awful lot actually to replace the players that they've sold. We obviously were one of those teams to buy one of their players. Saint Etienne have done nothing. They brought in Lang for free and that's it. Again, a lot of free transfers for Amiens. I know they signed Mangala. I was looking at signing him as a possible option of backup, but they beat me to it. Bordeaux have been busy, 29 million spent. Dijon haven't spent an awful lot. A lot of free signings for Guingamp again there. Profitable window for FC Metz. Nantes have brought in Nyland, Mandragora, some good signings for them. An interesting window for Lille. They've sold Ikone and Giallo and not brought anybody in to replace them. We've had a weird window, I would say. We've brought in some really good strength. I'm not really sold an awful lot either. Mavididi and Oyongo, the only players leaving. El Shinawi. Now, I think he used to be a 5-star Skiller player? Possibly. Nîmes making some interesting signings. £78 million Nice have made. I don't know if that's from Dolberg or from Atal. I'll be interested to see in the transfers there. Probably from both of them. Probably about 40 million for both. Anyway. Huge money spent by Olympique Lyonnais, 71 million. That is a massive amount. Marseille spending big. They had a real bad season last year, so they're clearly looking to improve on last year. Oh my god. PSG have spent 132 million and sold 107 million, so that's... wow, that's a lot of money spent. There's Stade Rennais. Brest haven't spent or brought in many players, only one coming in. Stade de Reims haven't done an awful lot. Strasbourg have brought in a couple of players. We saw a couple of them play against us. And the final one is Toulouse, who sold Antiste to us and then brought in a couple of players to improve their squad. Obviously, Toulouse promoted last season. Maybe them letting go Antiste isn't so realistic, but I've had my eye on them from season 1. I just didn't have the funds to buy them last year, but... overall, a pretty interesting window. You can see the bottom corner of the top deals. I'll take you through them in just a second. And we actually have a couple of interesting things here. Yeah, the Muller deal's hasn't gone through. An offer for Horvath to go out on loan on a 2-year loan to Leicester. Interesting. We're going to reject that. And Gaetan Laborde, yeah, that's going to be rejected as well from Newcastle. Not interested in that. Now, £752 million spent in this transfer window. That's a big amount of money. And an update on our youth academy. I'm not sure if I brought us through the youth academy at the start of the season, but this is how it's currently faring. Mansilla looks like an absolute breakout star in goal. Our hot prospect is probably Yago Ibarra. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant to keep hold of someone like Barbosa, because this guy, the longer we keep Barbosa there, the longer he stands in the way of a player like this. So definitely a possibly Stambouli replacement. He's a much more comfortable on the ball centre-back, as we converted him back from a CDM. Espinosa doesn't look too good, so we won't go into him too much. He might get released. Adan Ferrer, such a shame he's so low rated, but only 16. Definitely got the ability to improve, and 5-star is always very welcome. This guy, the Albanian, he's the only Albanian we've got that looked decent actually, so interesting player. Centre attacking mid, could be quite good. Alfonso Navarrete, another Chilean, looks very promising. And the final one, our Algerian, possibly Andy Delort replacement, Lamine Ibrahim. Not the same sort of player as him, but could be an interesting player nonetheless. I think we should have a youth squad report coming through as well, but that will probably be in the next episode. I'm just going to take us through the transfer history and the top deals. I think that probably makes the most sense. So here are some of the big signings. Wow, okay, Martin Odegaard to Chelsea for 100 million. How much is he actually worth? 71 million. So yeah, it's interesting. Paul Pogba has gone the other way from the Premier League to Real Madrid to replace him at Real Madrid. So that's a big signing. Man United have spent 90 million. So saved 3 million from that Pogba deal and spent the other 90 on Chiro Immobile. Longley, I think I mentioned in one of the games, went to Man United as well. They spent big money. Ruben Neves going to Juventus. Lucas Hernandez going to Man United. That is, my God, they have spent a lot of money. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to win the league with spending this sort of money if he's still in charge. Moussa Diaby going to there. Sergio Aguero going to Real Madrid. Now that is an interesting transfer. Still a very good player, but 33 now. 71 million is a lot of money for an ageing player. Moy Gomez going to Leicester. I don't know his rating, but I imagine he's pretty high rated now. That's a big signing for Everton. If they're in the Europa League, if those sorts of teams are being able to sign right backs for 62 million, I'm sort of dreading heading into the Europa League. Nicolas Pepe leaves Arsenal after what looks like a disappointing spell for the right winger. 83 rated, hasn't grown an awful lot. 61 million is a £10 million loss, I believe, at least on him. So that's a real shame. Joe Gomez going to Bayern to replace Luka Hernandez. Nikola Vlasic going for big money. Theo Hernandez going to PSG. That's not going to be so fun. And Iñaki Williams going to Olympique Lyonnais. Oh dear, the French league is looking like it's going to be very difficult. Milton Kunku going to Everton. Harry Maguire, that's where some of the money's come from then. He's gone to Dortmund from Man United. And Wijnaldum leaves Liverpool. Klosterman joins Liverpool for 46 million. And Fornals, Everton has spent a lot of money this transfer window. There's the big signing. Atal joins Juventus. Sorry, not Juventus. AC Milan. 39 million, close to 40 million transfer offer there. Martinez Quarta joins Wolves. That's a big deal. Kasper Dolberg leaves Nice as well for 39 million. I suspected it would have been a big move for him. Busquets goes to Man United, 87 rated still. That's a big signing as well. I'm just looking for big signings in the French league. Onyekuru leaves Monaco, going to Mönchengladbach. That's a faceless Brazilian leaving to go to Leicester. Ilkay Gundogan goes to PSG. A little personal favourite of mine. Managed to sign him in my Bochum save last year. Didn't get to play an awful lot of games with him, but it was nice to bring him back to his home club. Jonathan Koenig goes to Wolfsburg. Jonathan Tart to PSG as well. PSG are going to be scarily good to play against. Tauvin has left Marseille, and that is where it all goes. I'd be interested to see all the free agents. I mean, Halilovic, that's an insane free signing for Stade de Reims. Interesting free agent signings. I'm sure we'll see them throughout the career mode. I think I just saw Gökhan Tore there. Here are our signings, though. I'll go through our business first, I think. If I can. Okay. Literally 2 players have left the club, Martial and Joly. Other players leaving are Steffi Mavadidi joining the other way to Olympique Lyonnais, so that might come back to bite us, and Ambroise Oyongo joining Racing Club de Lens on the deal for Michelin. So really we haven't spent an awful lot of money. Biggest signing of the window is 4 million. I was trying to keep it semi-realistic in terms of what Montpellier would spend. I know we're in Europe, but I still have to feel like I want to be a little bit frugal with the finances. I know that the club record signing is at 9.5 million. I think we broke that last season with Stambouli, possibly. Was he 10 million? Anyway, we've still not spent a massive amount of money. We've not spent over 15, 20 million on a player. And I didn't want to just go and spend a massive amount of money on a player just to improve one position. So I feel we've been smart with our signings. We've used players and swap deals that I didn't have any use for. Mavadidi coming to us for Denea. Obviously, Oyongo leaving for Michelin, and Torre, only 4 million for this guy. I'm so happy with that deal. Really, really smart bit of business for Torre. Troy Parrott joining us for 3 million, which is, again, I think a real bargain. And T-Stay for 2.1 million is another really nice bit of business. And then a couple of loan signings. And other than that, the free agent signings we've made, I think this could possibly be one of my better transfer windows in terms of squad depth signings and just good signings. There were too many players that I wanted to sign really this year. So overall, I have got to be happy with how the squad looks. Obviously, we're not the strongest team in the league. I'm not expecting us to push for the league. And realistically, when you look at the team, it doesn't even look good enough to really finish mid-table. But I'm banking on the fact that we played so well last year that maybe some of our players will grow to an 80, 81. And once you see a few of those players turn from 79 to 80, this team starts looking really, really good. Already got Omlin, Savanier and Delors all 80 and above. And we're seeing growth across the board through the team. We've got quite a big squad now, and I probably need to focus on training the right sorts of players, making sure we get all the match sharpness. But that is going to spell the end of today's episode. Do hope you enjoyed watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I will see you for an incredibly hectic episode next time, because I don't even know how I'm going to fit all these games into one episode. I don't think I am. I think that's the fact of the matter. We're probably going to have to split September in two, maybe play 3 games, sim 1, or maybe play 4 games per episode and have 15, 16-minute episodes. Who knows? That's going to be the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you for the next episode of this career mode very soon. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.